Greetings. This is Justin Allen with the Elite Nurse Practitioner. This is the Aesthetics and Botox Clinic course. This is the Elite Nurse Practitioner guide on injecting Botox and how to create a successful aesthetics practice. This course is a foundational aesthetics course. Now, why aesthetics and Botox? Medical aesthetics is a $64.6 billion market. Huge money. Okay, guys? We're talking about big time money here. It's expected to double over the next decade. All right. Over the next 10 years, this is going to double. Okay. This is a tremendous amount of money. So what does this mean for you? A huge business opportunity. For the astute nurse practitioner entrepreneur, I think you would be a fool not to implement some sort of aesthetics into your practice, regardless of what it is. Even if it's men's health, even men are getting older, want to look younger. All right. So everyone wants to look better. So as our population ages, people want to look younger and are willing to spend a lot of money to do so. There's a very large and a very diverse market here. There's multiple different target markets, any age, any sex or gender identity, all economic classes, all right? People from every walk of life want to look better, but you should target middle income and higher individuals, more disposable income. Marketing Botox injections and high dollar aesthetic services to some broke college girls probably might not be the best idea. So your target market are typically people with more of a disposable income, and they are willing to spend it to look better. This can be started as a standalone practice. You can open this up as a standalone aesthetics practice if that's what you want to do, or you can integrate it into any type of primary care or wellness practice or whatever you would like to do. It's very easy to market this, and people are actively looking for this. It's a cash business. No insurance equals less headaches. So, opening a standalone aesthetics practice. Aesthetics practices are exploding in popularity and for good reason. A standalone aesthetics practice can do very well. It provides you an easily marketable focus. There is a very high demand for aesthetic services, okay? And it can easily be found if it is your focus. It's relatively simply to start and operate. It's really not that complicated to get an aesthetics practice up and running. Really pretty simple. Expenses are generally low in the grand scheme of business. An aesthetics practice is a higher expense practice in terms of some different types of niche medical practices that you can open because these things are expensive to purchase. But in the grand scheme of business, it's pretty cheap. Go try to open up a food franchise. You're going to spend $500,000, all right? Something like this, you're going to spend $10,000. So expenses are generally low, and it's really not that bad. It can be operated part-time, okay? A standalone aesthetics practice can be done part-time. You can see patients a couple afternoons a week. It's literally all you can do, and you'll make $5,000 to $10,000 extra a month. Very, very nice little part-time income. I know lots of nurse practitioners out there that do this like in the evenings. They'll go to some patients' homes. They'll do this like mobile house call kind of Botox injections. They'll go to the patients' homes after they get off of work at their primary care office, wherever they work at. Go work for an hour or two, a few nights out of the week, and they make a supplemental income of like $10,000 a month, guys. Any one of you listening to my voice right now can do that. Anybody can. Now, the downside though, it does limit your service offerings. Okay. Like I mentioned before, there's nothing wrong with offering multiple services. If you do just aesthetics, that's all you're going to do. So there might be some people who want an IV infusion or some hormone replacement therapy or weight loss as well. So they might go to the other practice that offers those services. So keep that in mind. It can corner you in. And by that, I mean, if you're only doing aesthetics, that's all you're doing. Okay. It corners in your service line. That might be great if that's what you want to do and you have the volume to justify it. If things are a little bit slower, then maybe offering another service could be a way to increase your revenue. So your overall revenue potential could be lower if you're only offering one or two types of services. Like, so if you're only doing, microneedling and Botox, for example, it's going to decrease your revenue potential, but you'll be an expert at that. And that would be your focus. So you might be the best place in town to do Botox and the volume will offset that. So it really depends on what you want, right? And it can decrease your overall skill set. If all you do is Botox injections and nothing else, then you might lose certain other skills that you've developed, for example. So personally, I think a wellness practice that focuses on aesthetics and a few other complementary service lines is the smartest move. This is my opinion though, but ultimately this depends on what you want. Do you want just a nice aesthetics only beauty kind of clinic, something that's a little part-time that you can do on the side? Or do you want a powerful multi-service wellness center, anti-aging clinic? It's 3,000 square feet. You have an IV drip lounge inside there. You're doing hormone replacement therapy, weight loss. It really depends on just what you want. Do you want just a nice little simple practice, or do you want a powerhouse wellness practice where you're offering multiple different services? So it ultimately depends on what you want. So integrating into an established practice. So let's just say, for example, that you just want to learn how to do some Botox and do some aesthetic stuff, okay? This can be integrated into really any type of practice. So if you don't want to open up an aesthetics only practice, you can integrate this into primary care. Many primary care offices offer Botox for a good reason. It's a nice little cash revenue stream in the sea of Medicaid and Medicare and insurance hell. So there is that. Plus wellness practices. Obviously, someone's coming in for a beauty IV infusion or some weight loss services or hormone replacement therapy. Having aesthetics as another service line could increase your practice's revenue. That's what people want. I know a guy who has a men's health practice that actually does Botox injections to his men's health patients. He makes a nice little side income doing that for his men's health patients. So, you can integrate it into any kind of wellness type practice. Weight loss practices, obviously, IV infusion practices, dermatology practices, anti-aging practices, hormone replacement therapy, regenerative practices. Basically, any type of practice where looks are an aspect of treatment. I am pleased to introduce Cassie Lane. She is a CRNA, and she's been doing Botox and aesthetics for quite some time. She is the founder of Injectables EDU. She has a great blog over there that talks about various aspects of owning aesthetics practice and Botox. And she and I collaborated on this course, and she is going to go over everything you need to know about Botox and a lot of the business aspects of having an aesthetics and Botox practice, okay? And I'm going to wrap around at the end of the course and go over a multitude of some other business aspects to be aware of, marketing and that kind of stuff. So I will see you guys in a couple hours, and I hope you enjoy Cassie's content.